Hey, what's going on guys? This is Kedar here, and today we got new updates regarding gas rebate checks. Many states are offering money back to drivers, and what's currently happening and why it matters to you, and which states and cities are offering this gas tax rebate, and legislatures are passing new tax relief packages, and which states are currently sending stimulus check this week. We have a lot to cover in this video, so without further ado, let's get started. Currently lawmakers in Congress and state legislatures are considering giving motorists a cash rebates to defray the elevated cost of gasoline. And gas has averaged more than $4 a gallon nationwide since March and almost hitting like $5 in more recent weeks. After steadily increasing for months, the price of gas has made something U-turn, dropping to 4.80 a gallon just after, reaching high of more than $5 this June. But the nationwide average is still well above what it was before the pandemic. And they are looking for ways to provide a relief at the pumps. Some states have initiated a gas tax holiday, and President Joe Biden has endorsed a similar pause on federal gas tax. And another option though is a federal gas tax stimulus check, and that would give eligible Americans $100 a month through the end of the year, or as long as the gas price exceeds $4 a gallon. Democratic Republicans Lauren Underwood, Mike Thompson, and John Lanson, they have proposed an idea in March with their Gas Rebate Act 2022. Given the attitude in Congress towards more stimulus handouts, the proposal hasn't gotten very far, but individual states have picked up the idea and run with it. Now here is what you should know about the gas rebates, including which states are offering them and how much they are offering and the efforts on the federal level. Well, first, which states and cities are offering the gas tax rebate? Well, a handful of municipalities have begun and are looking into gas refunds. Well, first one, California. California's 51-cent gas tax failed, and they have tried inserting a gas tax rebate into the state budget. Gavin Newsom wanted every household with a car registered in the state to receive $400 debit card, up to 2 cars per family. But after compromising with the lawmakers and agreed to suspend the state's sales tax on diesel fuel, residents will also receive inflation relief check up to $1,050 per family. Speaking of North Carolina, they have proposed giving all licensed adult drivers one-time payment of $200 toward fueling up, which is roughly what average North Carolinians pay in state gas tax from July to December. And according to them, this plan would cost $1.3 billion, but sponsors say it would come out of the state approximate like $4.241 billion tax surplus. Speaking of Chicago, well, they have started issuing some of the 50,000 prepaid $150 gas cards and 100K prepaid $50 transit card approved by city council, and those interested in benefiting from Chicago Moves plan must be at least 18 years old, in possession of valid driver license to earn more than $73,000, the city's median annual income. And this application must be received by first of the month, and recipients are chosen via lottery monthly through the September. Now the most important thing is, does the White House support federal gas rebate? As said by Joe Biden, he said he supports pausing the federal gas tax for 3 months and encourage individual states to consider similar money-saving efforts, including consumer rebates and relief payments. The White House said this one in a June 22 statement. The president told reporters that nationwide gas rebate card program is a part of what we are considering. The administration first considered the rebate cards in March, but determined that the computer chip storage would make it hard to produce enough cards, according to the Washington Post. In addition, there would be no mechanism to ensure consumers who didn't use the cards for the purchase other than gasoline, and getting support from Congress would be long shot. And well, what is Gas Rebate Act of 2022? Well, in this act, this measure will give eligible Americans $100 every month in 2022 as the gasoline continues to average more than $4 a gallon, and if they have dependents, they would receive another $100. The US passed $4 threshold in March and hasn't dropped back below since then. If you take a look at the average of all 50 states, it actually surpassed $4 per gallon in May. Now, speaking of who would be eligible for federal gas rebate, as with the pandemic stimulus checks, this compensation depends on income levels. This one is very important. Individuals earning less than 75k will get full $100, and the amount would be diminished the more you earn, and the individuals making over $80,000 wouldn't be eligible for any sort of a rebate, and joint filers earning less than 150k would receive the full $100 phased out at $160k dollars. Speaking of the new stimulus check deadlines, we got new updates. Guys, although the federal government is no longer giving out stimulus checks nationally, there are still several states taking matters into their hands. There are 4 states which is giving out stimulus checks this very week, and we'll talk about them as other benefit schemes currently in place in the USA. Remember, speaking of the latest update, Massachusetts is about to approve a relief package, and legislatures in Massachusetts passed a tax relief package to help families fight high prices, and Massachusetts family will grant $250 to eligible single filers and $500 for joint filers in direct payments. Speaking of eligibility, for a single filers, there is a $500 tax rebate, and if you are eligible if you made $38,000 or more, and maximum of $100k dollars in 2021. And speaking of joint filers, for $500 tax rebate if you made 38k or more, and maximum of 150k in 2021. Now, speaking of gas prices, where one thing you can do is find cheaper gas in your city. So, with the inflation, gas prices are so high already, and it's really worth shopping around a little before you fill up your vehicle at the pumps. So I'm going to show you the cheapest gas station in the biggest US cities. So guys, speaking of which state has the highest gas price, well, it's obviously California. Although the gas prices has finally fell below $6 per gallon, but still it's $5.91 per gallon. And South Carolina has the lowest gas prices, averaging about $4.04 per gallon. Now, speaking of the cheapest gas stations in US, in the New York, average rate is about $4.55. For Los Angeles, California, it's $5.33, and this is the gas station. Chicago and Illinois, it's $4.99. In Houston and Texas, it's $3.89. Phoenix and Arizona, $4.49. Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, $4.59. San Antonio, Texas, $3.93. San Diego and California, we got $5.69. And Dallas and Texas, $3.99. And San Jose and California, $5.59. So these are the addresses of some of the stations, the gas stations that you should take a look at, guys. By the way, I have dropped the link to this article in the description below, so I'd highly recommend you to check out this following gas stations. If you got any one of them nearest to you, I think this might give you the cheapest gas for the price that you are going to pay. Already inflation is stopping Americans from taking holiday. Inflation is near a 41-year high, and average American is spending $493 more per month this year. One of the impact this is having is that fewer Americans are now traveling for vacation this summer. They are even skipping their holidays. Also guys, speaking of another tax relief, we got tax relief in Oklahoma, and if you live in Oklahoma, either you as an individual or business were affected by several storms or tornadoes or flooding that took in place in the May, you might be eligible for some of the tax relief dedicated to natural disasters page. And this is a tweet by IRS News recently done on July July 18th, you can see individuals and businesses affected by several storms and tornadoes flooding that began on 2nd May 2022 in parts of Oklahoma may qualify for the IRS tax relief. You can check out the page. Here you can check out the page. I have given the page in the description below. So make sure if you are qualifying into this one, you can claim this one right over here. Also guys, regarding the stimulus checks, this week we got update from 4 states. That means new checks are being sent out, and there are 4 new states with the stimulus checks are coming out this week. And these 4 states includes Indiana, Illinois, New Mexico and Maine. For the latest update regarding the stimulus check, I have did a in-depth video on that. Please do check out this I button right over here or also in the description below. Guys, I hope this video was helpful. So make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe to our channel, and this is Kedar from How To Guys signing out.